They say everything is bigger in Texas, especially conservation efforts. While the Lone Star State gets a bad rep for having few public land acres, they're proving critics wrong in areas like land stewardship, wildlife conservation, and energy development. Can the Texas model lead the way? Let's find out. Over the last few years, more and more people are claiming that the Texas model, which champions private property rights, is proving to be problematic for the environment. But do these claims hold up under scrutiny? We traveled the Lone Star State to learn about balanced use in action. Balanced use is when lands are responsibly managed to care for the environment while also allowing actions that help humanity, such as farming, ranching, energy development, mining, or more. We first spoke with Joe Fitzsimmons, co-owner of San Pedro Ranch in Carrizo Springs, as well as outdoor writer and conservationist Herman Brun of Columbus to see land stewardship in practice.
And the working lands are the connective tissue that keep all those public lands viable and sustainable. In Texas, the majority of wildlife habitat is on private lands. And through my experience with the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, I would say that management has been beneficial to the habitat. If I don't have security in my property rights, then I'm less likely to make the long-term investments that are necessary to improve the habitat. If I don't own it, how do I conserve it?
Everybody in Texas is interested in wildlife. Everyone has a stake in it. The indigenous wildlife belongs to the people of Texas. We want to keep the hunting community, the people who are interested in the outdoors, the people who understand wildlife management, that this is the primary model that has provided us with wildlife in North America today.
But there's more to Texas than just private lands and ranchers. To get a full understanding of balanced use conservation, we needed to talk to those developing energy, specifically oil and gas, and see how they factor into the equation. We spoke to San Antonio radio host Kim Bellato, as well as Port of Corpus Christi CEO Sean Strawbridge, to explain how the industry not only bolsters the economy, but also the environment.
If we lost oil and gas, which I don't think that will happen, Texas is pretty well gone as far as being a vibrant state. The oil and gas as a whole, the industry, they do care what they are doing to the environment, and they do care about the people that they work in these environments, and they do spend a lot of money to help these small communities that they're drilling in be more prosperous.
There is no safer industry in my estimation than the oil and gas industry. Environmental sustainability and stewardship is not mutually exclusive from economic vitality, particularly in the energy industry. We move nearly $80 billion a year of goods value through this port. So from an economic standpoint, it would be disastrous if the Port of Corpus Christi ceased to operate.
After talking with various stakeholders, we've got a much better idea how balanced use in Texas is beneficial for both people and nature. So there was only one thing left to do. I couldn't leave the Lone Star State without doing a little target practice. Texas is leading the way for private conservation land efforts. Against negative forces at work, these landowners are pioneers in their field. Will they be able to export these practices nationwide? Time will tell. Until next time, I'm Gabriella Hoffman, and this is Conservation Nation.